Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're duking it out, not by the right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed, smiling. Oh!
Nate Diaz, you just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised.
Welcome all combat aficionados out there, and a special shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank you for joining the Chingasos Combat Crew family. As always, we're back with another powerhouse episode packed to the brim with all the latest updates from the world of combat sports. Tons of UFC news this week. 166 IBJJF No Gi Grand Prix, Fonzo, and tons of Chisme. How you doing out there, my man?
Good, man. Good. I missed a lot of these fights, man. So you got to catch me up. Catch us all up. What's going on?
Oh, definitely. I got no problem. I'm super pumped for this show, bro. You know how pumped I am right now? I'm this pumped right now. Right after this week, my man. You ready to jump into this week's combat news, bro?
Let's go.
Dude, I actually wish that we would have got this bit of information that I'm about to share with y'all last week, because this totally would have helped with the parlays. But check out this cold-blooded killer that I got on the screen right now. Illia Topuria, the new, what is he, bantamweight champ, right? Featherweight champ?
Let me check. Let me double check on it. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, bantamweight, 145. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So check
this
this
out.
Feather.
Featherweight is
that's right.
Sean O'Malley.
145. I always get those mixed up for some reason. But anyways, that's neither here nor there, Fonzo. Still, this dude on the screen is a cold-blooded killer. So this was last week on the morning combat episode. Or it might have been the live show with Luke Thomas. But anyways, Luke Thomas interviewing Gilbert Burns. And here's Gilbert Burns talking about Illia Topuria visiting Killcliff MMA to train prior to the Josh Emmett fight, or somewhere either after the Josh Emmett fight or before the Volk fight. But
to what extent were you surprised by Topuria's win over Volkanovski?
Not really, not much. This guy came here to the gym. He did half of his camp against Josh Emmett here, and he knocked out 3 of my teammates out, not down,
not one,
out, with the big gloves. I'm going to say that one more time, with the big gloves.
Jesus Christ.
Out. And I saw he training, I saw him grappling, and he's not a big dude. He's not a tall dude, but he's solid. And the other day that we were wrestling, Topuria was in the middle with a high-level wrestler from freaking Dagestan. And that guy is so strong and good defense. And then he took the guy down, Dagestani wrestler. That's when I'm like, man, this guy can do it all, because I know his grapple is a high level. I just saw him knocking a couple guys out. And he's that strong and he can wrestle. This guy's going to be champion.
Bro, if we would have heard that clip last week, I might have changed my parlay completely.
Yeah, sure.
But dude, that just goes to show you, knocking people out with those big old freaking mitten gloves they got. You know which ones he's talking about, right? Like the big old boxing gloves. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
boxing ones. Yeah,
16 ounces or some shit. So, bro,
they might be a little smaller than that, but yeah,
either
way,
they look cute. Man. Yeah, they look giant. I know which ones he's talking about. So, who should he get next? I mean, Max doesn't look like this anymore. I shared that picture of Max earlier in the week, and he is pretty puffed up, man.
He's maxed out.
Nice one, Fonzo. Nice one. All right, so then let's remove Max from the equation for right now. That leaves Brian and Volk. Does Volk get the? If he's saying so, also on the screen, I got a tweet from earlier in the week that Topuria says his next fight's not going to be till October or November, which puts us early quarter 4, late quarter 3. Is that enough time for Volk to get the cobwebs removed from his brain? What do you think?
To fight Illia again?
If he's gonna get a rematch. Do you think that's enough time or not?
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
So should then they just offer this to Brian next?
I would think so.
I find it hard to like. I doubt that Volkanovski is gonna turn this fight down, dude. That's what I'm. That's
why would they make that fight?
Just because he's the champ, dude. He was the reigning champ for so long. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't because he got murked. Like, there's nothing that shows.
That's what I'm saying.
In that fight deserves a rematch. But when you look at his resume,
and that's sucks to say because it's Volk, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you know what I mean? He might pull a card and just be like, "Hey, UFC, you guys owe me." And not that they have to give it to him, but I could totally see them giving it to him. Now, should they not? Should they
honestly,
not?
Honestly, if they're gonna do a rematch with Volk, Volk needs to take some time off.
Definitely, dude.
That was 2 back-to-back fucking knockouts.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I might have
not knockout, right? It was a submission. Sorry.
I think I accidentally deleted the slide, but Brian Ortega already said, "Yo, if Volk is not ready, then put me in, slide me in, dog." So I'm much more comfortable with that.
Yeah, I would say Brian probably late fall, early winter.
Yeah.
And then or Volk maybe Q1 next year, I would say, if that's what you're gonna go. But then that puts the belt on the shelf.
Well, I mean, I would rather put Volk out for a year and not even give him a title shot again. Don't even give his next fight should not be against Illia. Unless
right.
So I say schedule Brian or Max, however you want, for in November or October, like Illia's saying. In the meantime, then let Volk fight February, March against a brand new opponent, someone he hasn't faced yet, someone in the top 5, and then you can say, all right, he's ready for a title shot or he's not, if that's what you want to do.
Is Max staying at his current weight class?
I don't know, man. If you look at how big he is, I don't see how he would be like, yeah, I'm gonna put all this weight on and then I'm just gonna drop it all. He might be going like the John Jones route, and he might just stay at 155.
Right.
Depending on how he does in this fight. You know what I mean? He's fighting Justin Gaethje, dude. The baddest dude in 155 right now, or one of the baddest dudes. So if he can make it out, even if he doesn't get the W, but he looks impressive, like he belongs, why would he not stay? Make some more money, fight more people, because he's pretty much cleaned out. Yeah, he's pretty much cleaned out the 45 division. You know what I mean? Might as well move up to lightweight.
Yeah.
All right, bruh. How about this? Last week, we were supposed to see the chosen one, Raul Rosas Jr., but he could not stay away from the tacos. So the fight got canceled, and he tweeted right away that the fight was going to be rescheduled at this past weekend's UFC Fight Night, the Jairzinho Rosenstruk main event. But Ricky Turcios was like, yo, bro, fake news. That ain't going to happen. So apparently, I think what I read was the Rosas camp offered like a catchweight bout, and Turcios was like, nah, bro, we're going to cut weight again. And Rosas didn't want to do that. Maybe because he's too big, maybe because he's still sick. You know, a lot of people online were talking shit saying, oh, he's only like 17. He should be able to cut weight like that. But just because you can doesn't mean you should. So it's probably a better that they don't. And if Turcios isn't comfortable fighting at a higher weight, I'm totally with him not taking the fight right now. Wait another month. They'll do this again.
Yeah.
So now there's a little history going on. Now they can build this up a little bit. They can both talk shit about each other online. Hey, keep it going a little bit longer. I don't think we'll have to wait much longer for this.
So, they're both young dudes, man. Time is on their side.
Definitely. Both of them are. So speaking of cutting weight, Fonzo, check this out on the screen. I got the fight day weigh-ins for UFC 298 on the screen right now. So this was after they already weighed in. So this was like the morning of they're going to fight. This was the gains on the screen. Top of the charts, dude. Check that out. Jeff Neal went from 170.5 pounds to 200.8 pounds.
Jeez, man.
30.3 pound weight gain. Dude,
In
look
one
at Marab.
day.
Even Marab went up pretty big, dude.
Yeah.
Look at Polo. Polo went up 30.3 también, dude.
These are
And then
massive.
Illia and Volk are pretty evenly matched too, so can't
Yeah.
really say anything there, you know. But damn, that's surprising, bro. That is big difference. You know what I mean? You think you're going up against a 170 pounder? Nah, bro. Even Marab, look at Marab, 156 to 135. It's like a
Crazy.
21 point something pound gain. 23.
Can't even lose 2 pounds over here, man.
Go to the bathroom. Put on a sweatsuit while you poop, bro. Do 2 things at once. Just like the commercial says. All right, bro. Someone was doing way too much at the UFC Fight Night Mexico City, and that's Raw Dog, Brandon Royval, because he's saying that he tore his MCL. So I don't know if I should take this for his word or this is him being self-diagnosed, because supposedly the doctors already cleared him. And I don't think the doctor would clear you if you got a torn MCL, because that's like the thing that keeps your kneecap in place, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says he tore it in his first round. Maybe he sprained it super bad. Either way, it did not seem to affect him. Or maybe it did. Maybe it did, but as the fight went on, maybe he just got numb, or maybe the adrenaline kicked back in and he was like, F it, I'm already here.
Yeah, I didn't notice any issues with his movement.
Yeah, I didn't notice a difference. You know what I mean? If you would have told me that before or even during the fight, couldn't tell that he was suffering from any kind of injury. So after the fallout from that UFC Mexico card, Dufonso, Brandon Moreno took an L. He's kind of on a skid. Even before that, I think he was like, what, did he have a draw and then a loss and then a draw and then a loss or something like that?
Yeah, it was a bit of a mixed bag since he won the title.
He just has not been on a hot streak as of late. So who should he match up that's not named Deiveson Figueiredo? Who would you imagine?
Fuck, I mean, let's see who else is in that class.
Well, while we're talking about that, let me tell you a story, Fonzo.
KKF?
Maybe he's been inactive for a minute. He needs to get active real quick.
Well, that's kind of why I mean that, man.
Yeah. All right. Hold on to that thought for right now, Fonzo. I'm gonna tell you a story. Go back to UFC Ultimate Fighter Season 24. They call this one the Tournament of Champions, bro. You remember this one?
I do.
They picked the flyweights from all kinds of different lower level organizations, LFA. I can't even remember. But anyways, they got a bunch of different champs. Brandon Moreno was one of the last minute replacements. So the deadline was coming up for them to close who they were going to have on the show. Brandon still didn't have a belt, but at the time he was training with Cejudo and his team. And Cejudo, being a UFC fighter, was getting in Dana's ear and like, yo, give him like another week, give him a week. He's fighting for the belt. Somehow they ended up getting him a title shot for the LFA flyweight belt, and he wins it. He's the last contestant on the show, and Cejudo's like, he's got a secret in his pocket. He knows how good this guy is, and nobody else does. So come the season starts, episode 1. What happens on every first episode of this show, Fonzo? They got to make what? They make the team.
Yeah.
They make the team. So it's Team Cejudo, Team Benavidez. I forget who. I think, Pantoja was the first pick, I believe, on the show. And Cejudo got this idea where he was like, yo, bro, if I don't take Pantoja, Benavidez is going to take Pantoja, and then we could lose the show. He doesn't know how good Brandon is, so I'm going to pick Brandon with my second pick. Well, guess what ended up happening? Totally backfired. Cejudo takes Pantoja. Benavidez takes
Moreno.
Brandon, bro.
Yeah.
And so Brandon is on Team Benavidez. The season plays out. Eventually, I think in the first fight, Brandon loses to Pantoja by sub. If it wasn't the first fight on the show, it was his second fight, but he lost pretty early on in the fight. Show goes on. You know what happens at the finale of every season of Tough? The coaches fight, right? So Team Cejudo's over here. Team Benavidez is over here. I don't know the specifics of this. I heard Brandon on several occasions say that the reason he made this decision was because it was the best decision for his family. And at the time, he was having a hard time getting a camp together for himself to train for his fight. So what did he do? He ended up joining Team Benavidez to help him train to fight against Henry Cejudo.
Damn.
So you might be like, bro, that's kind of fucked up. Cejudo opened the door to his house, let you stay, helped you get a fight, got you on the show. Now you're in the big dance, and that's how you repay him? That sounds kind of cold-blooded.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's a business, I guess. And that's how Brandon looked at it. And so ever since then, Cejudo's kind of had like a bad taste in his mouth. So I want to say around either after the Figgy Brandon 2 fight or just before the Figgy Brandon 3 fight, Team Cejudo jumps in and starts coaching Figgy. And that's when Figgy ended up getting the W. So he got the belt back. And then he stayed with him and helped him train for the 4th fight, which ended up becoming a draw again. So ever since then, there's been this animosity, this beef. Well, after Brandon lost to Brandon Royval, bro, you know, we all thought that Cejudo was going to retire too. All right. So as I was saying, Brandon loses and was it earlier in that? No, it wasn't earlier in that night. But anyways, a couple weeks ago, Marab beats the crap out of Henry Cejudo. Everyone thinks Henry Cejudo is going to retire. Dana doesn't give Henry the mic, and everybody's like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. But Henry later ends up admitting that that was the best thing Dana could have done was not give him the mic. Because now, bro, Henry wants to make this fight happen. And he wants to make it happen at UFC 306 in the Sphere, bro. UFC Noche, Mexican Independence Day. Let's go, bro. Yeah or no?
All right. I mean,
dude, I'm down for this. There's history here. They could totally build this up. And both of these guys need a win super bad.
Yeah, the only thing is, man, like you styles make matches. Is this really one of those that's really gonna do their styles really make this a good match?
Well, it seems as though Henry's wrestling has slowed down, definitely. So this might be more of a striking matchup.
And in that, if that's the case, man, I don't think Cejudo's striking is as good as Moreno's.
Not right now. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm just down for it, dude. I'm down for a good fight. You know, I'm down for the shit talking. And you know, I love when two fighters have history against each other and they got a score to settle. So I'm down for this.
I'm down to see all that build up all the way up into the fight. And then the fight just be a rock, paper, scissors match. That's what
don't say that, man. Get out of here. Well, speaking of rock, paper, scissors, bro, your boy Nate Diaz trying to get back into UFC, and he's like, I'm off this UFC 300 tip. You know, I guess he was trying to get on UFC 300 for some reason, and now he's thinking he's going to be able to get on UFC 306. Honestly, dude, I
don't understand why. He left the UFC. Why?
And on top of that, I mean, okay, where's he going to fight? 150, probably 170, welterweight. I don't think there's anybody in the welterweight division that I would really want to see him fight against. I'm sorry. He's putting my dog to sleep back here. I mean, I know like the UFC was selling like, oh, Conor and Nate Diaz 3, but I don't want to see that.
You know who I'd want to see him fight?
Who?
Do you want to guess at welterweight?
Give me some names. Give me some options.
I'll just tell you.
All right.
JDM.
That might be an interesting fight.
Exactly.
That might be an interesting fight, but at this point in JDM's career, like that's not gonna do nothing for him other than
exactly. That's my point. It'll get him some cash. It'll make him some notoriety.
So it just depends. Let's see what happens with him and Gilbert next weekend. You know, and if he doesn't win against Gilbert, then that would be a sick ass fight. Because if he beats Gilbert, bro, he might be like 1 or 2 fights away from a title shot. depending on how he
Right.
does. We'll talk about
Right.
that later on, bro. But yeah, I'm not too excited about trying to see Nate get on UFC 306. I think that would be, I'm not gonna say a shame, but there's probably another fighter or two that we should see, that we would want to see on there. You know what I mean? What if, like, hey,
I'd rather
Nate
see Nate
Diaz or
do bare
Diego
knuckle.
Lopez? What if it came down to that?
Diego Lopez.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to see Nate fucking do bare knuckle.
That might be fun, man. That might be fun. We'll be talking about bare knuckle on. Let me check out the lineup. It's coming up. It's coming up. We are gonna be talking about some bare knuckle though, bro. So keep that on your brain. All right, dude. Staying on the UFC tip, we got is Aljo fighting next weekend already? UFC 298, 299. I'm sorry. I believe so, right? Against Calvin, or is that 300?
Dude, I don't know.
Either way, he's got a fight
he's
coming
not.
up.
He's not. It's 300.
300. All right, you're right. I was looking at 299 earlier. Totally blanked. Damn it, Alzheimer's.
Wait, no, dude. He's
Wait.
not fighting. Oh, yeah, he is. Featherweight. Calvin
Yeah,
Kattar.
he's fighting Calvin Kattar.
Yeah.
All right, so Aljo's chirping after seeing Yair fight Brian, and he's thinking, and I don't know I didn't read the whole article, but he's thinking that he could use his wrestling to beat, I don't know if either one of these guys. For sure he could use his wrestling to beat Yair.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you see him matching up against Brian Ortega, bro?
Oh, man. I don't know, man. After what I saw this last fight, it's going to be tough. I mean, he probably has an advantage on the ground. He's just more athletic and explosive. But we saw.
I would love to see it, dude. I would love to see it. And I think Brian's jiu-jitsu is better than Aljo's.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Brian has more subs from more places than Aljo. Aljo's like, once he gets to your back, then that's it. But if he doesn't get to your back, what else does he have? And he also likes to do that thing where he plays that game where he gets on all fours and he lowers his head. Dude, Brian will grab your neck.
Take your neck, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to want to do that. But that's neither here nor there because he still got to get through Calvin. And Calvin is a stand-up fighter. So you're going to have classic grappler versus striker matchup there. And if he can get past Calvin and make it look easy, then the top 5 awaits for you, my man. Bro, check this out. Did you hear anything about this? 3 weeks before Brian was supposed to fight Yair in Mexico City, check out this cut he got in camp.
Damn.
I got pictures on the screen right now of Charlie Olives' cut he sustained just before the second Islam fight. That one's way worse. For sure, that's way worse. Somebody online was trying to say that this one is just as worse as the Charlie one, but no way, bro.
Well, I don't know, man. Look, it's not as deep and big as Charlie Olive's one, but where it is, it's worse for sure. Because Charlie's is right above the
eyebrow. Yeah.
And then Ortega's is like right above the eyelid.
And there's nothing. No, it's like right above the. Yeah, you're right, dude. And if you touch, like, there's nothing there. There's no skin.
No, that's
it's
what
like
I'm saying.
Almost all bone. And that cut looks like it goes all the way in deep, dude.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that didn't become a factor in the fight. And it did, right? Was that the eye that started bleeding?
Yeah.
Early on in the first round? There we go.
But dude, I couldn't even tell that he had a cut. Like when he came out, like his face was clean.
Yeah, I thought he got that cut from Yair, which he did, but because it was already a little weakened. Yeah, sure, right?
Damn.
All right, bro. So here's what I was talking about earlier. Let's go back and talk about Illia. Illia saying that, check out this quote here. This is cold-blooded, bro. Illia says, "It's been an honor to share the octagon with Volk. He's been pound for pound #1. For his sake, he shouldn't take revenge." Ooh. And
That's a backhanded compliment if I've ever heard one.
That's like mic drop. That's a microphone drop quote right there. And actually,
that's the kind of compliment your mother-in-law gives your wife.
Bro, that's some cold-blooded stuff right there. But check this out. I don't know if Brian heard this because Brian's like, yo, there's some questions out there, but obviously Volk was a great champ. For people to kick him down right now, I find it kind of disrespectful for everything that he's done. Some things have to play themselves out, and we'll see. But if he decides that he does not want to fight and chill, then I'm more than happy to go to Spain. And that's Brian Ortega via Mexico City post-fight press conference. What do you think, dude? I think he's earned enough to take a trip to Spain, man. Give him the payday, bro.
Yeah, dude. I'm for that fight.
I know he was been on the shelf for a long time, but he just took down the obvious number one after Max, after Volk. Now it's Brian. It's got to be. It's the right time. It's the right place. There's nobody else at the moment. It's perfect timing. Set it up.
Have they ever had a show in Spain?
No, never, bro.
No, right?
They've only had a handful of Spanish fighters, but they've never been not even close to this level of athleticism, of power, of fandom. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy's gonna be a superstar, bro. He's on his way. All right, bro. You ready to get into UFC Chisme? This is a lot of UFC shit talking, a lot of Twitter storm, a lot of just news that's not official yet, but it could lead to things down the line.
Kick us off.
Let's kick it off right here with some more Durinho news. So Durinho is making his rounds on the podcast, I guess, and someone asked him about Belal, and they are like, "Yo, bro, why is the UFC not giving Belal a title shot right now? It's super obvious." And he says, "UFC got to put the best fights, and I honestly don't think Belal deserves to fight for the title."
What?
Cold-blooded.
So why do you think Durinho's hating?
He might be a little salty because he lost to him. That's his last L. I know Durinho came in with the injured shoulder, I believe. And Belal did take it to him, so he might be a little salty on that, but he might not be. He's not lying. He's kind of boring, bro. And that's probably why.
I mean, he might be boring, but he's been winning.
He's been winning, bro. He's been winning, but you know how the UFC is these days. And if you don't sell tickets, no one's going to come watch you fight. They'll throw you on the prelims or some crap. And that's not right. It's definitely not right. So eventually they're going to have to give him a title shot. But at the moment, it's not going to happen.
Not the day.
Bro, let's go back and talk about cold-blooded quotes. What I'm going to share with y'all right now is one of the, if not the coldest line I've ever heard. So I guess Vicente Luque's got a fight coming up against Joaquin Buckley, and Vicente Luque decided to pull a Bible verse out and quote it and send it to Joaquin, and Joaquin cold-bloodedly responds, bro. And I freaking love it. I'm for sure going to be making a clip of this later. Let's play the clip, Fonzo. This is Perry Punch. Give him a follow on YouTube, guys.
As far as like his homecoming goes, I might as well get this from you now. He has a quote going on here, so I'll just ask you about it. Coming back to Jersey, the land I was born to put on a war. And then he's got a Bible verse, John 15:16. It says, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you." You got a response to that at all?
I mean, you try to put some verses and some quotes, man. You know, I'm not really religious, big on the Bible, but one of my favorite quotes is by this guy named Genghis Khan. He says, you know, he said, if you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. So with that being said, I think Vicente, as much as he's in that book,
fuck, dude, that is cold.
On you. That is some.
One more time, bro.
He said, if you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. So with that being said, I think Vicente is.
Shots fired for
that's
sure,
like some
bro.
Pulp Fiction Jules fucking type of quote.
Definitely, bro. That's some like, hey, back of the bar. It's late night. You're drinking with your boys, and then some strangers just starts telling cool stories, and then they drop that line. That is gonna be remembered forever, bro. I hope he can pull it off, because if not, then it's just a cool line. But I thought that was super cold-blooded, bro. Super cold-blooded.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Literally, right? Well, bro, speaking of not wanting to be Huckleberry, we got Dana White apparently putting pressure on Stipe. So now Dana's changing his tune. Now he's like, yo, I don't even know why you don't want to fight Tom Aspinall, bro. That's kind of weak. How you not gonna fight him? That's almost like, hey, that guy's talking about your mom. You want to fight him? You're gonna let that guy talk about your mom? So I doubt this does anything, but it's cool. That's cool that he's thinking this, puts a thought in Stipe's eye or mind at least.
Man, I don't even know what's happening with that division. Like, it's what the fuck, man? It's crazy.
It's just in holdup right now. It's in limbo. We don't know when or if John's gonna come back. And what the heck's wrong with Stipe? If there's nothing wrong with him, why is he not fighting right now? Other than he doesn't want to lose, other than he knows he's gonna lose. And if he loses, he knows he loses the John Jones fight, which he's going to lose anyways.
Yeah, makes no sense.
No way, bro. All right. Could Movsar Evloev eventually become a contender, bro, to Illia? Nah, not yet, bro.
Where did that come from?
Well, because Illia said something about Movsar, said that he's boring. He says he needs to go get more wins. He says he needs to finish somebody. And Movsar just blasted and went. I mean, I believe Movsar is undefeated in the UFC. He did just get past Arnold Allen, but I mean, he hasn't done anything impressive to leap. He definitely hasn't done anything to merit a leapfrog of Brian Ortega.
Right.
So he should fight Yair or Volk, and then the winner gets that. You know what I'm saying? That would be a fight right there, dude. Volk versus Movsar.
That would be a real test of whether he's still.
That would be a real test to see whether
or not.
Well, I'm sorry, bro. Go for it.
I was going to say that's going to be a real test of whether he's going to be able to make another run or not.
Exactly, right? And that also shows if Movsar's ready.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
There's plenty of fights to make at this division. They just got to start making them, dude. All right, dude. They've talked about this, and I'm like you waiting for Conor McGregor. I'm not going to believe it until I see it, bro. But Rafael Fiziev tweeted earlier in the week, or I don't know if he came out on a podcast and said that they're talking about making a 165-pound division. And Khabib, how can I not say that guy's name, dude? Khabib did a tweet earlier in the week where he showed the cage for like an aerial shot of an octagon with the number 165 over it. So I don't believe Muslims lie, bro. Especially about UFC. I know they don't lie about UFC. So I'm not gonna hold my breath on this, but I hope it comes to fruition. That would be nice. More matchups. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Check this out. Paulo Costa always throwing his name in the hat, but I wonder if he's trying to stir up a fight between him and Khamzat Chimaev, because he says that Khamzat has been avoiding the tough fights. He only likes to fight people that don't know how to wrestle, don't know how to strike, and he's just being a bully. So Paulo's at number 7 and Khamzat way down at number 11. So this does nothing for Paulo either. So is Paulo pulling the Khamzat card and trying to pick on a lesser fighter, or is he trying to expose Khamzat?
Maybe both, dude. Well, I mean, why can't it be a little bit both, right?
True. That.
And he may be onto something. So that'd be a good test. And
it would be a fun fight, bro. Yeah.
Dude, after his last performance, Paulo, I do want to see more of him. Like I remember,
yes, I want to see that version.
He changed my mind. You remember I used to say all the time, fucking, I don't like Paulo Costa's fighting style. He's boring as shit. But after the last performance, I want to see more. And this would be a good fight. I remember
you told me he made your nipples hard again.
Yes, he did.
That haven't happened in 17 years.
It's been a while.
Weird. Now we just shared that with everybody out there. Oh, I didn't mean it, Fonzo. You didn't. That was a really weird spot for you to drop out of. Moving on to the UFC lawsuit. So apparently, behind the scenes work must be going on, because they say that some fighters that are bringing on the lawsuit are in some type of private mediation with the UFC. So maybe they're not even going to go to trial, dude.
They would never let this go to trial.
Yeah, they might be trying to settle already. But if they don't and they do go to trial, dog, check this out. I thought this was kind of weird. I don't know how this is possible, but I got 3 fighters on the screen, including Dana White, Michael Chandler, Chael Sonnen, and Michael Bisping. Those 3 fighters are also plaintiffs on the lawsuit. However, they're going to be allowed to be witnesses. They're going to testify as witnesses on behalf of the UFC. How do you do that?
I don't know. We got to get.
How are you part of a lawsuit, but you're also going to be talking awesomely about the person you're trying to be in the lawsuit?
We got to get one of our buddies on this shit. See how
that's
how that
weird,
works.
dude. I don't know.
And is it Michael Bisping employed by the UFC right now?
Well, so is Chael Sonnen, and technically all 3 of them are. Bisping and Chael do commentary. They do shows for the UFC, and Chandler is still a fighter. So that would seem like a double conflict of interest. Like, bro, you're part of the lawsuit and you work for this guy?
Well, I guess I mean being part of a lawsuit doesn't necessarily automatically mean that you can't work there, right? Because you could probably bring a lawsuit against your employer. They can't retaliate against you legally.
That's true. And later, until they take the toilet paper away or turn it to single ply or something. Bro, I want to get nostalgic here with you. You ready for this? Pride Fighting Championships vibes. You ready for this?
All
this
right,
is
let's see.
KSW. I believe this is a Polish MMA league, dog. I don't even know who it is, and I don't care. Soccer kick all day.
Head stomps. Damn.
Savage. That was dope. Now how I can tell this guy's a fan of Vanderlei? Look at how he grabs the cage and proceeds to soccer kick. Let's grab soccer kick. Yes, bro. Wanted to share that all with the combat crew. You're welcome. I got y'all. Yeah. Bro, little one championship news. So we're going to have a one championship coming up pretty soon. And at the 166 presser, Shot Tree says that we're going to get Stamp Fairtex and Tawan Chai for a co-main event pretty soon. So stay tuned. I'm super stoked about the Tawan Chai fight because he's going to fight Joe Nottawa, bro. So someone might die. Yeah. Little ADCC news here. You know, Cousin Ant's stoked about this. ADCC coming up August 17th through the 18th, and it's going to be at T-Mobile Arena, Fonzo. So jiu-jitsu is making a giant leap into the mainstream. They're no longer in the back alleys, no longer at the middle school gymnasium. Now they're on the big stage, just like the UFC. And since the show is already coming up down the way, not too long, not too far away, they're already starting to send out the invites. So the ADCC trials are going as we speak. I think they did have the South American trials down in Brazil this past weekend, so they should be wrapping up as we speak. But they also get to invite whoever they want. And one of the invitees is going to be none other than Gordon Ryan's little bro, Nicky Ryan. So hopefully Nicky Ryan can stay healthy and make that show. And that should be an awesome addition to the show. Someone that's not probably going to be at ADCC is your Nino, Craig Jones. Yeah. Craig Jones does not.
Craig Jones es maricón del culo. Le gusta el culo mucho.
All right.
¿Entiendes eso?
I think so. So Craig Jones has said he does not want to, he's not too keen on competing at ADCC because he's been having so much fun competing on other organizations. Those not being Flow Grappling, because he does not like Flow Grappling. But he recently had a grappling match on Karate Combat, Fonzo. Remember, we shared that last week. And he says he's been having a blast and he doesn't see why he should or ever will return to ADCC. He says he's making too much money and having too much fun. So good for him. I'm glad he's doing that. I know he's had a lot of different opportunities that other fighters haven't had because he's been like Volkanovski's jiu-jitsu coach for quite a while now. You know what I mean? So there's only a handful of fighters out there that can actually be jiu-jitsu coaches for these UFC champs. But that's awesome that he's been able to do that and make money off of that, as well as make money on these other shows. So as long as he keeps competing, he's having fun, and we get to watch, bro, I'm all for it. I don't need to see him in ADCC again. He doesn't need to come in second place again. Bro, BKFC, you were talking about it earlier. Check this out. This is Dave Feldman making an announcement for April
27th at the Peacock Theater, right across the street from Staples Center, 7,800 seats. I think we'll sell it out pretty fast.
That's amazing. Okay, so downtown LA, big event for you guys. Your fourth one. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's not waste any time. What's the main event?
Tell me right now, dog.
Well, you know, we were juggling back and forth because we just ended up doing a deal in the Middle East, and we weren't.
And he's taking too long. We already know who the co-main and main event's gonna be. It's gonna be Mike Perry taking on Thiago Alves in the main event. Dude, that's gonna be fire.
That's gonna be
so
sick,
excited for that, dude. That's gonna be fun, dude. And co-main gonna be Ben Rothwell versus Todd Duffy. I don't know if either one of those guys is gonna make it to the ring. Every time they schedule that fight, it ends up falling through. I think this is like the third time they've tried to make this fight happen, but we'll see, Fonzo. We'll see. All right, later on this afternoon, we're gonna have UFC Fight Pass Invitational 6. Just want to highlight the bangers that you might want to go back and watch. And this isn't gonna be tournament style, Fonzo. This is just gonna be super fights. So once the match is done, that's it. It's over. Main event's going to be Craig Jones, Rafael Lovato Jr., and then co-main, Nicky Rod taking on Roberto Jimenez. So there's a banger, Nicky Rod, Roberto Jimenez. Watch it. Nicholas Marigali versus Matthias Diniz. Matthias Diniz, a fellow Marcelo Garcia black belt. At one time, dude, he was one of the top No Gi grapplers in the world, which is where Nicholas Marigali is right now. So if Matthias can somehow summon his old spirits and get back into his old game, this is going to be a very fun match. Otherwise, Nicholas is going to steamroll Matthias. Hey, check that out. Our boy Mason Fowler taking on a big opponent here in Pedro Moreno. So this should be a very, very fun match while it lasts. It did take Gordon. Actually, I don't remember if Gordon was able to sub Pedro, bro. So if Mason is able to sub Pedro, that's going to be a big feather in his cap, dog.
Mm-mm.
And then lastly, Roosevelt Sosa, Victor Hugo. Actually, I think this is from IBJJ. No, this is it. Roosevelt Sosa, Victor Hugo. Yeah, this is going to be another banger, dude. And then lastly, Ronaldo Jr. taking on Cody Steele. Cody Steele lately has been focusing more on his MMA career. But if you remember last year, he did do an ADCC trials where he ended up going out onto the side and souping somebody, ended up finishing the guy with the rear naked on the concrete, bro. So Cody Steele's only got one speed, and that is go, and he loves to slam people. So watch out for that. Also, want to remind everybody real quick that me and Cousin Ant did a fight companion for the IBJJF Grand Prix No Gi Absolute 2024. It was super fun to watch. Let's go over the results real quick here, Fonzo. Haisam Rita took on Kynan Duarch in the first round, and Kynan wins by arm triangle. Dante Leon took on Elder Cruz. Dante was the smallest grappler in the entire tournament, and he ends up winning 1-0 on advantages. Giancarlo Bodani taking on Patrick Gaudio. Giancarlo wins 4-1 on advantages. And then the last match of the tourney, Roosevelt Sosa took on Pedro Rocha. Pedro wins 2-1 on advantages. So that was kind of an upset there, Fonzo. And then the rest of the fights are up on the screen. Kynan ends up beating Dante in the semis on point 2-0. Giancarlo beats Pedro Rocha 4-0 on points, which set up the finale between Kynan and Giancarlo, which Kynan ends up winning 2-0. I believe he ended up getting a takedown on that. So there are some pretty fun, interesting gi matches there. You might, again, go check them out. It's on our YouTube page at Chingasos Crew. Fonzo, you know what happened on Friday?
Friday night.
That's right. It was Friday fight, and one had 166. Bro, this whole card is on YouTube, free to watch right now if you want. I promise you, you're going to go want to watch the main event. All right, we're going to get to it in a little bit, but I only got the bangers, bro. Only got the bangers. So here we have Jared Brooks taking on Joshua Pasio for the flyweight championship, and this ended up ending in DQ, bro. Check it out. It's pretty messed up. You want to see someone go for a ride? Check this out. So this is Jared Brooks grabbing Josh by the waist. And dude, did you see that?
Oh man.
Soups him
Right on
and
his neck.
drops him right on his head, dog. So unfortunately, He thought that he slammed him on his shoulder, but luckily Herb Dean saw that, stops the fight, and he ends up getting disqualified.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, you cannot drop him on it. You can't spike him. So hopefully Joshua's okay. I know I saw a video of him with a neck brace on, and he was able to, he was up walking around. Jared Brooks and him talked. They hugged it out. You know, they'll probably reschedule this eventually, but hopefully he doesn't sustain any long-term damage, man. That was awful to see, bro. I only got 2 more fights to share with you here. This is Tang Kai taking on Tan Lee for the bantamweight strap, I believe. I believe Tan Lee was the interim champ, and Tang Lee was like, yo, bro, I want my belt.
The American Vietnamese fighter, Tan Lee, to do so.
This is the 3rd round, bro, and every round went like this. Like everything Tang was throwing was hurting Tom, bro.
The American Vietnamese fighter,
it was just
Tan Lee, to do so.
Dude, that was a nice fade into that overhand right.
Yeah, it was. Check it out one more time.
Vietnamese fighter, Tan Lee, to do so.
Yeah. So Tang Lee ends up getting the strap back, and he is the champ. All right, bro. One more. Check this out. We showed this guy a while back, Anatoly Malikin. So Anatoly Malikin is the heavyweight champ and the light heavyweight champ for one championship. And now he was going for 3-time champ. So he's going for the middleweight strap. And I'm not familiar. I didn't know that one had, obviously they got different weight classes because they had their middleweights weighing in at 205.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I don't know what the light heavyweight and heavyweight cutoff is. So Anatoly Malikin taking on Rainier DeRieder for his middleweight belt. And dude, this was a 3-round ass whooping for what it lasted. So Anatoly basically won round 1, 10-9. He won round 2, 10-9. And basically all he was doing was stalking DeRieder down the cage and just throwing crazy, like very Fedor-like launching right hands, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Remember how Fedor would get people up against the cage and he would just launch into those swinging right hands? Well, imagine if Fedor did that on the feet, like just shuffling and throwing right hand punches to the body, to the head, over and over and over. And you could totally tell there was a humongous weight difference between the two. Maybe not weight difference, but power difference, bro. And I think something happened to DeRieder's ribs somewhere either before or definitely hereafter, but he was taking some power shots. So here's DeRieder on the ground. Malikin chases
Frames off the hand, knees to the head of a grounded opponent under the global rules that are perfectly legal, but RDR gets back into guard and Anatoly wisely.
And then watch DeRieder here.
He tries to kick him. I think he was just a bit disgruntled.
He doesn't even try to get up.
And DeRieder on his back as he is on the canvas, coming up slowly.
But that was it, dude. Yeah.
Damn.
So Herb Dean is forced to call stop to the fight because DeRieder couldn't even get back up, man. Could not stand back up after taking so many body shots. And Anatoly Malikin becomes a 3-time division champ, dude. Middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. Dude needs to come to the UFC, bro. I would love to see what he can do in the UFC. He is a tank.
That'd be interesting. Where would you want to see him at? What weight class
Light
in
heavyweight.
the UFC?
Light heavyweight, bro. Throw him at 205. Let's see what he can do because the light heavyweight division needs something more than Alex right now.
Yeah.
Maybe even heavyweight. I kind of think he's a small heavyweight, but him and Tom Aspinall would be a good fight because they both strike and bang. They both. This dude is a killer wrestler, dude. Killer wrestler, but his hands are so good. All right, dude. Rounding the corner, getting close to the end of the show here. We got UFC Vegas 87 went down last night, and I'm only going to share the bangers, bro. So this was on the prelims. Ludovic Klein taking on AJ Cunningham, and I believe this is in the first round. Oh, yeah. Check this out. Ludovic piecing up AJ's got nothing to do, man. But Seb cover up. Look at this. Bah!
Yeah.
Watch this
Just
kick
trying to
coming up.
survive.
Yeah, he is. Not doing a good job of it.
Yeah.
Watch this kick to the guts.
Yeah.
Oh! Dude, just got him with the toes after he went to the body too. So he softened him up just before that. Look at this right here. Bah! Goes
Yeah.
high, goes low. Goes high, and then here's the kick. Ludovic Klein, dude.
Damn.
Lightweight division.
That's the
So
way to go.
yeah, listen for him pretty soon. He might be someone that we're going to be talking about. All right. I think this was a middleweight fight here between Christian Leroy Duncan and Claudio Ribeiro. Bro, this was a beatdown. Second round. Check this out. Leroy gets full mount and just starts dropping hammers in the form of elbows, bro. He's got the hammer of Milnor there. Ribeiro tries to get to his stomach and turtle, and Duncan's like, bro, I ain't going for no rear naked. I'm dropping these hammers.
Yeah, no defense at all.
None at all. And I don't know. I mean, the ref could have stopped it as soon as he went to his belly. Like all those, look, how many elbows did he take here?
I don't know, man.
Start
too
over.
Many. Way too many.
Count them.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 shots. Dude, he could have stopped at 15, 16. Whatever, but that was a scary, scary fight, man. My dog, next fight. They're calling this one the knee of the year already, bro. Vinicius Oliveira taking on Bernardo Sopage. Bernardo Sopage taking this fight on, I want to say like 2-week notice. But he was doing good, bro. He did really good in the first round. I probably even gave him the first round 10-9. And then Vinicius came back, won round 2. And this was round 3, dude. Vinicius was just starting to take over. Obviously, not having a training camp affected Sopage. And he definitely started to slow down. And he slowed down so much that Oliveira was able to like just very, very calmly and precisely decide what he was going to do. Like, look at it. He's got nothing to worry about. Hands are down. Bam! Did you see that knee, bro?
Go back. It was buffering.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, as I was saying, Oliveira had nothing to worry about here. He was just able to bide his time and wait for Sopage to show him something that he could capitalize on. And then he throws his leg kick, and then watch this, dog. Ka-doo!
Oh, damn.
Knee of death right up the middle, bro. One more time.
Yeah.
Look at this. Ka-doo!
Looks like Sopage had quit like after that leg kick. He was just
he was
all the way.
done,
Like he
bro.
was done. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
That was just icy.
pretty nasty, bro. That was a bad one. Yeah. So Oliveira gets it done in the third round. Hey, that was pretty exciting, bro. Dude, this was such a good fight. Go back and watch it if you got ESPN Plus out there. The first round was exciting, but Steve Erceg did not come to play, bro. This is Matt Schnell, Steve Erceg. This is round 2, Fonzo. Let me know if this isn't. Can you see this or is it buffering?
No, that's good.
All right, I'm going to start it over here. Here we are. Right in the middle of the cage. Matt Schnell did have a nice cut over his right eye, and he did piece up Erceg a little bit, but Erceg was getting the best of the striking, especially once they got in close, because he did have a little reach advantage, I want to say. But look at this left hook coming up. Oh! Right on the chin, bro.
Yeah.
Right on the chin, and just sat him down.
Yeah. Beautiful counter.
Oh. One hit kill shot, bro.
Yeah.
Look at that. 1-2. 1-2. Look at how he walks him back to the center of the cage.
Yeah.
Like he walks him out, then he walks him back, and then he rips that 1-2.
Yeah.
Comes back. 1, 2, bam. Dude, that was beautiful, bro. Beautiful. All right. I don't have highlights, but I do want to talk about this fight. Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Bekzat Almakhan. Dude, Almakhan's coming into this fight with a 12-1 record. Apparently, he is a bad dude. And in the first round, check out that pick on the lower left-hand corner, Fonzo. You see Umar sitting on his butt. Dude, he got clipped with the right hand right on the top of his head, and he got sat down. And Almakhan rushed in, and as soon as he rushed in, Umar just did what he normally does and starts wrestling, dude. Got a hold of him, and he did not let go, and then that was the end. The beginning of the end, every round, that was it. After that, Umar was not playing around with the stand-up and was shooting immediately. In the second round, I believe he stunned Almakhan with the right hand and then shot in for a takedown immediately right after. But I want to share the judges' scorecards with you, Fonzo. Check this out. Mike Bell gave rounds 2 and 3 to Umar by a score of what? You see that?
30-25. Damn.
Dude, 10-8. Mike Bell scored this 30-25 for Umar. And then the other two judges scored it 30-26. So, yeah, this was an ass whooping, bro. Yeah. So Umar is at number 13 at the moment. He didn't fight a ranked opponent, so he's probably not going to jump up because nobody above him has a loss at the moment. And after the fight, he calls out Corey Sandhagen again. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
He's got a lot of people.
Yeah, he's got a long line.
A lot of people in front of him. So he's going to have to fight somebody between him and Song Yadong. I mean, I don't. Figgy? Well,
I was thinking Rob Font.
Maybe Rob Font, because Figgy's already got a fight against Cody Garbrandt, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So Figgy's out. Song Yadong is out. Rob Font is available. Jonathan Martinez, I believe, is available. Dominic Cruz and Pedro Munoz also. So anybody above him, but obviously he's going to try to move up in the rankings as fast as he can. So calling out Corey, I guess it makes sense since Corey doesn't have an opponent at the moment. All right, dude, I want to talk about the co-main event. Alex Perez taking on Muhammad Mokaev. And Alexander Pantoja, before the fight, said that if Mokaev put on a good enough show, maybe he could fight for the belt next. I think that's kind of too soon since he did go 3 whole rounds with Alex Perez. And Alex was looking pretty good for a little while, man. Just couldn't get his offense off enough. So they're probably going to switch places now. Mokaev is going to move up to number 7. But I like to see more of this kid before he gets thrown into title contention, man. A fight against KKF you mentioned earlier, dude, that would make a whole lot of sense right there. Another striker versus grappler match. Or Manel Cape. If Manel can make weight, that would be a good fight.
Yeah.
All right, bro. This is the last story I got here. We're pre-UFC 299 next Saturday, dude. I'm going to go over the Chingasos Combat Crew seal of approval early bangers, bro. Starting this time, we got to start in the early prelims, Fonzo. Robles Despain, does that name sound familiar to you? Do you know who that is, Fonzo? Do you?
No.
Do you?
What
that is the heavyweight Taekwondo black belt from Cuba. Remember that? They should call that dude the Cuban Missiles Crisis. I think we shared a couple of clips of this guy, and he's had like 3 fights, and it's lasted like 37 seconds total or something like that. So look for that fight to end early, but that should be fun. And then Michel Pereira taking on, who's he taking on here? Gosh, I blocked the screen, bro. But it should be fun. And then we got Ion Kurilaba taking on Philippe Lins. Ion Kurilaba's not here for a good time. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time. He either comes in to knock somebody the F out or he's going to get knocked the F out. Remember that guy that last got his head knocked off by Robbie Lawler?
Right. Yeah.
Remember that? So that's the early prelims, Fonzo. And then in the prelims, check out these bangers, dude. Pedro Munoz, Kyler Phillips, Matthias Gamrot, RDA. Dude, that could be a fight night main event. As well as the last fight on the prelims, number 5, Curtis Blades taking on number 7, Jalton Almeida. So look for Curtis Blades to make a statement so that way he can prove that he is a contender for the heavyweight strap. And Jalton put on a snoozer of a fight last time out. So he's going to want to erase the minds of everybody and put on a good show. But Curtis Blades, bro, he ain't going to be playing around. Curtis Blades usually does pretty good as long as he's not fighting someone who can turn his lights out. And I don't know if Jalton can do that.
Right.
Main card portion, dude. How pumped are you on a scale of 1 to 10 for this one?
Pretty fucking pumped.
Like 1,000, bro. I'm like at 1,000. Opening fight on the pay-per-view, Piotr Yan taking on Song Yadong. Again, that could totally be main event fight night. Then Gilbert Burns taking on your boy JDM. Dude, that one's going to be fun. And then, dude, this is going to be a good one. I mean, he's late to the party, but hey, better late than never, right? Kevin Holland taking on Michael Venom Page. I would have to say that of all the fights on this card, that I'm probably the least pumped for that one, but it's still going to be fun.
I'm actually pretty pumped for that one.
Are you? Cool. Yeah, I am too. I'm just not as pumped. Okay. I should rephrase that. Yeah, I'm super pumped, but just not fully torqued like I am for this co-main and this main, bro. I need to walk. These two fights right here, bro. Like the more I watch on this co-main, bro, the more I'm starting to lean one way. Dustin Poirier, Benoit Saint-Denis, how you right now? Who you picking in this one, dude? You don't gotta tell me why. Just tell me who you going with.
Oh man, I can't. Not right now. I don't know,
dude. The more I see of this, the more I think BSD is gonna get this done.
He is the favorite.
I just think he is, dude. Like he's not just a fighter. He's like seen some shit, dude. Like he's killed people. And I think like he's got like that. Who was that other fighter that used to fight in the UFC? The dude from Texas.
Okay.
Cousin Ant's homie. Remember he fought Yoel Romero when Yoel Romero didn't want to get off the stool? Took a little too long.
Oh shit.
It'll come to me later on. But anyways, when you got fighters like that, dude, that have seen different shit and they become fighters, I just feel that makes like a Terminator RoboCop type of person, and they're just not going to go down, dude. Whereas Dustin's only had to fight in the cage. That's it. And yeah, he's been through wars, and he might have even been through too many wars, man. And he got totally murked in his last fight out. So I don't know. You know, it's been a while, but still, that's got to have some long-lasting effects.
Right.
And how did BSD win his last fight? The same way that Dustin lost his last fight. High kick, bro.
Yeah.
And then the main event, dude, same thing. The more I see this, I mean, not that I'm really leaning one way or the other, but the more video I see on both of these guys in the main event, the more I like both of them. I'm really starting to come around on Sean O'Malley, and I've always been a Chito fan. But, dude, that's going to be a good fight, man. I'm not going to make you pick a winner yet because we got Parlay Super Show going down on Thursday, so we'll save our takes for that. But I just wanted to highlight, Fonzo, the bangers of that card, man. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about next week, man. Fonzo, that was the last story, bro. That was it, man. A lot of stuff on the docket today, man. Thanks for hanging in there, everyone. Thanks for listening. Fonzo, closing comments?
No, man, I'm excited for this next weekend full of fights and updates, all the good shit.
Hell yeah. So we'll have UFC 299 results and UFC Fight Pass Invitational 6 next week. Good luck, Mason. We'll be watching you later, bro. Do your thing. Until next week, Combat Crew, have a fantastic week. May all your dreams come true. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to find us on all our socials at Combat Crew. Until next week, Chingasos Crew out. Peace.
God damn!
All right, bro.
Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're looking it out. Mount Royval right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Relax.
I'm not surprised.